go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Haskins on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Haskins will throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Stop your whining.
They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 sets, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And Owen caught it up, and the Redskins scoop it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. Here's Haskins to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Vernon Davis, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick, this one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one and a Miami first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Got a man out of the backfield. It's Chris Thompson. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third and 2, now Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vince Beagle with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Grant on the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Check. 34.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Go ahead.
First down, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Strong. 49, check 49, check 49. There you go, get down. Check 13, check 13.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 12-yard line.
34. 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. In the bank.
Here's Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now a toss. This is Geis. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 45 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough.
Check 24. Check 24. Quick edge. Quick edge.
On first down, it's Haskins. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins. And finding Davis here, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Redskins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Geis. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And Hopkins' kick is no good. It's wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now after the sack, 3rd and long, and Fitzpatrick and company a little work to do.
Hey, check right. Watch 55. Watch the slant. Check.
3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And this is Parker, complete. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Quit talking about it and work it.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. All day, punk. What's up? Mike, 55. Mike, 55. Let's get this ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Vince Beagle picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Here we go again. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Rush in. Rush in.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike, 37. Mike, 36. All day, baby. All day. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Oh, try. Watch my run. Mike, 36. Mike, 36.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Wilson now in his 2nd season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age.
He's checking. Go ahead. Scratch. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They'll run here with Blanche. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
36. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
36. Mike 36.
Watch the run. They're running it.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Switch.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
Redskin first down.
Let's go. Go to base.
Check 55, Mike.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Come to my work.
From midfield now, Haskins. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Xavier Howard. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Hey, here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught. It's Wilson. Called that a very strong gain of 24. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Balaj. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Balaj. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
52 and 56, 52 and 56. Pilot, 64, weak.
Let's go. Hey, we got
Strong.
53, Mike 53.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. And he finds Parker here, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They go play action here on 1st down. Letting one go deep. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Albert Wilson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Jim, go Jim. Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Again, it's Fitzpatrick. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been... Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Hey, chill. Feel it.
Let's go.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
80 weapon. Go ahead.
Mike 55. Coming to you.
Now Fitzpatrick. It's complete to Graham. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
50.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Pick your game up.
Left. Topper.
Slam.
Balaj. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Kill.
Now the second-year man from South Dakota State. It's Zach Zenner. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
PPP. Yeah.
53. Mike. Man.
Buzz.
And the blitz does come. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Echo. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Check pass.
Haskins from his own end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
Let's go. Come on, Sam.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Let's go. 180! And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Come on.
They run it with Balaj. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Hey, Keller.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A good pickup there, a 22. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, this is Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
First down, Washington.
36. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Now Haskins on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch 36 to Mike.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eric Rowe. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 12 at the 2-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run now with Gaskin. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Come on, QB, come on.
Another run with Gaskin. Fighting through. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp.